welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa Morrell and I'm a personal stylist for the everyday woman. So today we have episode, oh goodness, what is it? Episode 14 or 15 maybe of the Body Shape Masterclass series. So this is where I dress women of all different shapes and sizes live on my channel. And we're going to be joined by my brand manager, Antonia, and she's 5'1" and she's a UK size 12 to 14 if it's tight around the stomach area, because that's her area of concern. Everything you see today will be linked. Just go to the description box, click on the link and it will take you to all of the items that we show. And if you could press that subscribe button, I would be really grateful. So here she is. Welcome, Antonia. So if any of you have done our styling courses, then obviously you would know Antonia. Indeed. She's our brand manager. So, but your role is changing to be more face-to-face these days a bit, isn't it?
It is.
Usually it was in the office for ages. So we're now getting it out there because I'm too busy to go into these meetings.
That's
so
it.
Antonia goes in my place. So that's why we're going to do a bit of a restyle on her today, because a lot of working from home before.
That's it. So just transitioning out of the comfort zone. I'm thinking about what I'm wearing because nobody can see anything other than my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And think now that you better represent us, you better get a bit smarter.
That's it. I could smarten up my act.
Yeah, but she's also, your family's in Menorca. Yeah. Basically, you're always popping over there, aren't you? So we're going to do a mix of some smarter work type of meeting type of clothes, but also just some really nice summer outfits. But in terms of body shape, what are we looking at here?
I tend to put on weight around my middle.
Okay, yep.
Quite a thick waist, I'd say.
Yep.
And I feel, in my head, I'm conscious about my arms.
Okay, yeah.
I feel kind of fairly shapeless and round around this area.
Right, okay. Which is probably what most women feel, especially, you're only 44?
44,
yeah, but especially with menopause and the perimenopausal, we get a lot more thickening here.
Yep.
We get a lot more fluid retention. So this area of concern here is probably the biggest area for most of my women. Okay, so what we can see here is that Antonia is quite rectangular through the midsection here. So she's got a thickening around here. She's also got a very short waist, so between where her bust is and her waistline there's only a very small gap. So that makes it quite difficult to sort of get that curve in the stomach area, which is what we need to achieve to recreate the hourglass shape. So what I'll be doing is elongating this bit so we get the curve in. We've also got a little bit of the overhang down here quite low. And we've had conversations about trousers and how you find it difficult because you feel from the side that you can just see this sort of apron area there.
Yeah, I look down and I can just see that roundness. So just getting a good fit can be quite hard.
Yeah. So how are we going to go about this? Like always, we look at where your widest point is first of all, because you can't do anything about that widest point. So given that it's around this midsection and we're trying to recreate that hourglass shape, there's only two things we can do. That is broaden up here so that the waist is going to look smaller, and then probably broaden around here as well, build up some volume on the hips so that the waist looks smaller as well. So as soon as we put somebody back into that hourglass shape, even if we're broadening to do that, then it will make her look smaller overall. So I'm actually, you don't know this, but you know Hannah's in today. Yay! Everyone loves Hannah in! Hannah, she is really, really busy. She's got loads of clients on, but she's going to do your makeup for you before we start.
Thank goodness. So I was wondering when I could, fill in a few gaps.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you go off and have your makeup done,
lovely.
and maybe we'll peek in and see what's going on. But she's only got like quick 10 minutes, so
right, let's go.
Head off. Just before I start, my outfit today, the top is from H&M. That is great actually for broadening. It's really broadening, especially when I've got these tighter trousers on. These trousers are from Mango, and I've also got the matching green waistcoat. So I'll put an image of that up as well. Makes a really, really nice set, particularly if you've got a smaller waist, because they're high-waisted like that. You're going to get the shape formed naturally. So that is broadening me. The higher waist is coming in at my smallest part, and then my hips are sticking out. So it's recreating that hourglass shape. And remembering I'm a pear shape. So if I was to take off that broadening now, hopefully it's showing, but now I should be looking broader down here, and the fact that I'm quite hippie should be on display compared to my top half. I'm not a massive pair, I'm only kind of half a size difference, but that is certainly going to make me look smaller on top and wider on the bottom. Okay girls, I'm recording. How are we getting on? Oh, I didn't realise you were doing that. Oh no, I think I did know you were doing her hair. Yeah. Yes, I bet you didn't know though, did you?
No, I'm a new woman.
That looks good. Oh my goodness, I love the makeup.
Just look down, Antonia. Show the eyes.
Yes,
You've
you've
got
got
beautiful eyes.
You have got beautiful eyes.
Feeling very self-conscious now.
No, don't. You're not gorgeous.
This is the Babyliss waving wand. It's cordless. This is the way forward. Yeah, I know. It's fantastic. So
I've been using mine for years, and it's like, yeah, it's really old now, but it does do a good job.
well, you'll do a new one, Melissa.
Well, I think I might be after that.
think
Let me
you
just
will.
let me come around with the camera and have a look from behind.
Yeah, it just gives such a lovely, nice bend to the hair, and
That is lovely. Just show how you use it quickly, because I reckon the audience would really like that.
Yeah. Let me just go in with a section. You literally turn around. And Babyliss have the integrity of the hair at heart, so it's always kind to the hair. And then you
This
just
isn't
turn
an
it
advert for
down.
Babyliss, by the way. You don't work for Babyliss, do you?
No, that's it. But look, I have done
Yeah.
bits for them in the past because
Yeah.
I've just ended up working with them. But
Yeah.
bits and bobs.
That's
but yeah,
gorgeous.
we've prepped and primed the face. Now that means setting the skin up ready, so it's plumping up the skin and giving it a nice hydrated base.
Okay.
We've used Laura Mercier Radiance Primer to start with.
Okay.
Now we've used that on the high points where the sun would catch you or where the light would catch you. So we've done it on the high points, and then down the T-zone we've used Pore Professional by Benefit.
Right.
Okay.
So after you've primed, what have you used?
Okay, we've now gone in with a lovely tinted moisturiser. We've gone with the Laura Mercier TW1 Natural on Antonia, and I think you'll agree it just sits beautifully on her skin because it allows her skin to still shine through.
Yeah.
So then any areas of concern, we've then gone in with the Doll 10 Hydra Balm Precision Concealer. This is a lovely concealer because it's so creamy. So we've then placed that sort of down sort of the darker areas what we want to bring out, and any sort of we have a few little brown spots or anything, we can place it over that. And then also we've actually used this as for under the eyes as well on Antonia, and it works really well. So we're giving a bit of warmth to the skin, so we're using a lovely bronzer. You can see I'm holding the Chanel. Now I know there is a worldwide shortage of this product, so we've had to think outside the box. So I've actually gone in with Bobbi Brown foundation sticks.
Oh, foundation.
They're really, really creamy. What you do is you would just put it high up, but what the key is not to go too dark, and you don't want a cold colour, you still want that warm colour. So when you've got the Chanel bronzer, it's got a lovely warmth to it. So you then want to go and choose something that's maybe just a couple of shades darker than your actual foundation, that would then give that lovely warmth to the skin. So then we wanted to give a lovely pop of colour on the cheek. So actually I'll get my glamorous assistant to hold my product. And we've gone in with the Revolution XX. And it is a lovely colour actually. This one is called Soft Focus. Just popped it. I'll just add a little more actually, because I don't think you can ever not add too much blusher. I think it's really key. It just makes the face look alive. But that's a really lovely summer feel to the skin. So
Really nice.
So on the eyes, I've actually primed the eye, and I think this is really key. I've used a product from MAC, and they have these paint pots. They have them in lots of different colours. The one I've used today is called Painterly. Okay. And it's a lovely colour on lots of skin tones, gets rid of any sort of red lines and that sort of thing. And then I've gone in with my eyeshadows, and today I've used the Charlotte Tilbury, I've used the Pillow Talk, I've actually used this light one, and then I've gone in with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I haven't used the full glitter. Then I've gone in with a little bit of tight lining across the top of the eye. I've used the MAC paint pot, and it's dipped down.
I'm very close on your eye right now.
And all I've done is with a brush, with an angled brush, literally taken it on the corners of Antonia's eyes because I want to lift the eye up to the side. And then gone in with a mascara. I've actually used Million Lashes mascara. Finally, we've gone in with the lip. Now, with Antonia, I wanted to just give the lip a little bit more definition. So I've gone with a lip liner. I'm actually using a Bobbi Brown nude lip liner. Okay. This is lovely, and then you just sort of pop it over the lip and then blend it in with your finger so it's not a harsh line. And then I've actually used the e.l.f. Lip plumping gloss, which is Sparkling Rosé. So that's just a really lovely colour. It's really nice. It's a little bit tingly, isn't it?
It is. It's tingly on the lips, but it feels nice. It's like a fresh tingle.
And also, it's not sticky. It's not a sticky product.
No.
Some of the glosses are a little bit too sticky, whereas that one I think is quite nice.
It feels hydrating as well.
Yeah. And then we've also gone in with a little bit of powder, very, very fine dusting of powder. We're using the Hourglass Ambient palette. It's gorgeous because you get these three beautiful colours.
Right, I think we need to start styling. Yeah. So let's get some clothes on. Thank you, Hannah.
It's a pleasure.
But obviously, I know you're busy today, but ordinarily people can book you for an online session, can't they? Or even a face-to-face session as well.
Yeah, totally.
So we'll put the link up for that for you as well. Okay, so she's ready in her first outfit, her makeup's done, looking gorgeous. So this suit does absolutely everything from a styling point of view.
And I love it.
So I've actually got two going out jumpsuits to show you today because she's got an event tonight, but we couldn't choose when we were shopping. It was a little bit too hectic, wasn't it?
Yes.
So we're going to put them both on for you, but they're quite similar. So let us know which one you preferred. And we've also got a more casual one coming up as well. But why do I love this on her? I absolutely love it. The reason being is the one single product is doing all the work. So the shoulders here are broadener. Do you mind just coming into the middle of the frame a second? That's it. And if you just move your arms like that, just so they can see. So this is broadening her shoulders. Now the V-neck here is showing her skin tone. Often I use V-neck to reduce the bust area, but that's not the case with yourself. What I'm trying to do with yourself is, because you're so tiny, you're only 5'1", a navy suit like this could be really overpowering if we don't show some of your skin tone.
Okay.
If it was patterned, maybe with some white in, then that would be fine because it would break it up. But because you've got a block colour, showing skin tone like this helps to break it up, but not where we want break lines. We want the break lines up here and on your arm, not on your figure, because we're trying to elongate her figure. So that's why we've gone for a V-neck in this one. The waistband is coming in really nice under her bust. Now this bit is really important. Can I get you just to stand to the side a second? Great. Can you see how it's really tight across her bust line there? So I'm following the shape of her bust. That is really deliberate when you have got a larger stomach area or when you're quite straight up and down through the middle section, because your bust is usually, pretty much 90% of the time, always going to be bigger than this area. Even if you feel thicker there, the bust itself, if it's pointing out there, where it should, and not down here. So use a bra in that to get them pointing forward, and when they're pointing forward, they will always be bigger than this bit here. So what we're trying to show is the natural curves. So the bust goes out, that makes the waist look smaller because of it. The belt is highlighting the lovely waist, and then the trousers are adding the volume which matches the shoulders. So if you've got now broader shoulders and broader leg, your stomach is going to look smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It kind of makes sense, and it's almost, I always try to reframe this notion of body shape, which is it doesn't matter if you're an apple, a pear or whatever. What matters is how you recreate the hourglass shape, and that's all you've got to do. And if this is your widest part, then you need to make sure that the other parts are wider to recreate it. So if you're really broad on top, for example, you would be cinching in at your waist and broadening out at the bottom. You're always bringing it back to that. I love it. Yes, it's too long. Can we please not have any comments about the fact that it's too long? Because no, I wouldn't let you go out in something that is scraping the floor. We've got to do a little bit of tailoring before her event tonight, depending on which one she chooses. But we're just going to use some iron-on Wonderweb, aren't we?
Yeah, that works really well.
Yeah,
actually.
It works really well. And note that I haven't bought this in the petite section. So buying in the petite section is going to limit your choice. Great if it's obvious. If there was one there that was regular and petite, then of course we would have tried the petite on, but there wasn't. So I wouldn't not buy an item for a client just because it's in the regular range. And often as well in the petite cut, they're petite cut everywhere else. And you might not, you know, you're a size 12 to 14, so you don't need the petiteness everywhere else really.
Right.
It's just more on the leg length for you, isn't it?
That's exactly it.
So she looks gorgeous, but let's compare it against the next one. Okay, this is the second one. So this one is from Mango, and this is quite a lot cheaper.
Yes.
Isn't it? So it's a nice alternative for, I think that last one was about £160, something like that.
Yes.
But they often have 20% off as well. So I'll link that one. But this one is gorgeous as well. What I instantly want to do though is show some more of that skin that I spoke about last time, because it can be a little bit overwhelming on you. So all I would be doing here is tucking it up, and all I'm doing is folding it over the...
I never know how to do that.
Yeah, just fold it over so it sort of grabs. You do have to check it in the mirror because sometimes it looks a bit bulky.
Yeah.
So you have to have a bit of a play around with it. But this is gorgeous as well. So the shoulder detail here is beautiful. It's adding volume but without actually a shoulder pad in. In fact, we probably could put a shoulder pad in there. So these are the shoulder pads that I will be using, and I've shown these 1,000 times before. I will make sure they're linked, and all we do is where my finger is right now, that is your bra strap, and then it holds it in place like that. For speed, I'm just going to put them in. So it's the thin end goes against the neckline rather than the thicker end. There we go. So just a little bit more strength through the shoulders there. The waistband here is bringing her in. The V-neck is showing the skin, as we said before. And we've got the wide leg again. So how are you feeling in this one now that you've got it on?
I can feel it's not as luxe as the other one, but I do actually really like the fact that I've really got a waist with this one.
Yes.
And then actually just adding the shoulder pad just makes me feel more together.
Okay, yes.
So that's kind of replacing the ruffles of the other one. So but this one's more versatile, but the other one is incredible.
I have to make a decision soon.
I know.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so a change of pace now in a linen jumpsuit. Now, the first thing to say is, as Antonio will tell you, she feels like she couldn't wear many jumpsuits because of this area. And we're just about to show how that's 3 jumpsuits you've been able to wear. And given the fact that you're small, and given the fact that this is your conscious area, and all of them are creating a lovely shape. So I don't want to hear that over comments anymore, because you can see it can be done. So why is this working for her? So the same thing as always. We've broadened her here, we've pulled her in at the waist, we've broadened her down here. It's as simple as that. But there are a few more tweaks we need to do to get this looking really good. The first thing I'd say is that linen stretches really, really well. So wherever you see it catching, so you're going to know where your sort of larger areas are. So I'm going to focus around the stomach area here for Antonia. So all I would be doing is grabbing either the bottom or the top of the area, and I'm going to put some more width into it. You can get probably a good centimetre at least extra from a linen from just pulling it around your troubled areas, and you're better to do that than you are going up a size.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because linen stretches, you don't want the extra volume.
So it might be a bit shapeless if you went up a size and then as you wear it, it stretches. Right, okay.
Yes, exactly that. That's it. So all I'm doing is putting my hand in and I'm getting some extra volume around this area. You see already that is no longer clinging around that area. Then what I want to do is create some definition. I mentioned it on the last one. I want to see your bust line. I want it to come in.
Yep.
So the waist is going to be smaller and then it can go out again. So what we can do here is add a bit of volume round here first of all. So, sorry, I've always got my hands.
That's quite all right.
Down ladies' tops, up their pants. But sometimes it's necessary, so excuse me why I do that.
Essential manipulation.
Essential manipulation, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so now that I've got the extra width here, I'm going to pull it out a little bit so it hangs over the belt area. So can you see here now, we've got her bust there, we've got this little lip there that's going over the belt, and it's making the waist look really small. That looks lovely.
I love this outfit.
Yes, you like that one,
I
don't
do,
you?
yeah. And I like that it feels like a two-piece now that you've pulled this out.
Yeah, it feels very much like a waistcoaty and a linen trouser type of look, which is actually very fashionable right now. You mentioned about the length, because what we've had to do here is just roll it up, and I just rolled it up flippantly at the moment, but I would actually take that up with a bit of Wonder Web and iron that into place like
At that sort of length.
At that sort of length, yeah. I actually like as well the turnover on it, because I think that adds a bit of more of a casual look to it. But if you do need more of a finished edge because you're wearing it for work and you're going to put a heel on it, then I wouldn't do the turnover. I would just sort of stitch it on the edge or something, or cut it to the appropriate level. But yeah, really, really nice. So next we've gone super casual, but still really nice if you had a meeting or something.
This is so me.
Yeah.
You've really captured what I like.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Good. All right. So what have we done? We've gone all tonal. So we've still tried to elongate the frame a little bit, but it doesn't need to be all white or all black. And we've actually even split your frame up by putting this belt in the middle there. And it's, you could have not put that belt in and it still would have looked quite nice. But as soon as you put your handbag down, you've then got nothing to bring in your shoes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I think with you it's worth keeping a belt on, and then it just all looks like it's come together as an outfit. We've also used this as a cross bag here, so that's reducing any width around this area. So what can happen is when you haven't got that line going on and the t-shirt is a little bit baggier like this one, is that we can start to look a bit more block-like around this area. So if you feel like that, it's not particularly the case with you because this is a really nice light t-shirt actually, but really if that was like a really heavier, thicker, maybe a brown woolly jumper, for example, that would add bulk around here, that's when I would use the cross bag to split you up a little bit. You can put that back on now though. She's got some June sandals on, they're actually mine, so if you see her toes
look a bit squashed.
Looking a little bit squashed, that's why. It looks really nice. The jeans are from Mango. We've actually just cropped these jeans ourselves, so literally just on the ironing board out there, marked out where we wanted, got a pair of scissors and cut the ends off. And we're making sure that we can see her ankle. It's a really sort of fine sweet spot that you want to go to, and that sweet spot is always just probably about 0.5 centimetre higher than you think it should be. And the reason for that is, as soon as you put a trainer on here, it's going to come up higher on your foot, and then you're going to see less of your ankle.
Okay.
And that's why you'll feel a little bit more shorter when you're wearing a crop and a trainer. So if I was you, the way to work out the proper length is to put the trainer on, then work out the length, and then I guarantee it'll look just as good when you've got a slider on.
That's
Rather
a great
than
tip.
rather than doing it a slider first.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
that makes
around.
sense. Yes.
I'd like to try this on you, so let's put this on. So this is just a way of elevating this outfit a little bit more, and I actually really like it still with the flats, but you could obviously just put a wedge or something like that.
Yeah, and this blazer is the dream.
It is really nice, isn't
It's gorgeous.
it? There we go, and now we've got the blazer on, we just put the bag like that. Absolutely lovely.
I love this, and I'm thinking if I had a work meeting, then this bag's perfect. So I
Yes.
can fit my laptop in there.
Yep, so
That
if
looks
you have
great.
two very similar, you can see how you can just transition from the one to the other
Yeah.
without changing the whole outfit.
And that's the thing, is the transition in between is
two.
what you always tell us, the different aspects of your life
Exactly.
with a few
yes.
tweaks.
Yes.
Which is great.
So I tell you what would have been quite nice with that is a long trench coat as well. And because your long trench coat is in this sort of darker browner colour,
Yes.
isn't it? So you could transition then if it's raining, pop a boot on, but all of your tones will go together
Everything
really
works.
nicely.
Capsule wardrobe.
Capsule wardrobe. Okay, on to the next item. Okay, so all we've done here is added a jumper. Now, this jumper is in a size large, and I don't think you needed the size large. We just couldn't find another one in the shop, could we? But
That's right.
we have checked, and they are available in all different sizes. So I think because it's a large, it's adding a little bit too much volume around here. And in particular on the sleeves, because what I find is when there's too much volume on the sleeves, and you're conscious of this area, it almost makes you look too squarish.
Yes.
So, but I can see that in a smaller size, it's got the little pin tucks here. It would have a little less in the sleeves like that. This collar is going to broaden you. The sleeves are going to broaden you. We've got the V-neck coming in, and then all we've done is added a top underneath. We probably would have taken the belt off actually, because that's making things stick out a little bit.
Yes.
So we do ordinarily do that, but that top there is helping to elongate and to create this lovely, longer, leaner waistline.
And I love this sticking out to the bottom because it's like my safety.
Yes.
It just feels like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I feel a bit protected.
Yes, exactly. In fact, all I'm going to do is whip the belt off, so that sits flatter.
Yeah, because this is really my self-conscious area. So the fact that, you know, there's a band there just makes me like, okay.
Yeah,
feel
I get
good.
that. Yes, totally. All right, do you want to turn to the side just
Yeah.
so that they can see? So you can see now how that is lying really flat.
And
Great.
this colour is gorgeous.
It's just tonal, so everything's just mixing and matching again. So if the jacket is too much or the trench coat was too much, you just take the jumper instead.
That's lovely.
Simple as that.
Good choice.
Jeans from Mango, as we've mentioned. Okay, so she's just said, this dress makes me happy. And
Oh,
I
it
said,
really does.
you look happy in this dress. So Antonia, I think we've mentioned it, but you're originally from Menorca, aren't
Yes.
you? So you're always going out there. But this would be lovely in Menorca or in London for a client meeting.
Yeah, I just...
You could literally do it anywhere. It just feels nice and bright and full of energy.
Yeah, I feel really lifted in it, and it's amazing because I do gravitate towards neutral colours, but
Yes.
actually, when you do introduce a bit of colour, it's like it's really lifted my mood.
Yes,
even. So,
yeah, I
it's a
agree.
great pick.
And it's beautiful for all of the same reasons. Look at the volume we've created here. We're curving around her chest there. We've pulled her in right underneath her bust, and we've flared her out. It's as simple as that. Like actually the formula is so easy to follow.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working, yes. So I know a lot of the time you always go for a higher neck, don't you? And I always say, pull that neck.
I know.
Pull that neckline
I mean,
down.
this is very...
That's very
exciting.
I'm sure your husband will find that exciting. That is relatively low, isn't it? But
Yes.
generally speaking, just showing some of
I
your
know.
flesh there is
Yeah.
lovely. paired with the same basket bag that we used before, and then we've got on the Amazon gladiators that I've shown before. If we just lift that up a little bit more, there we go. I will link everything as normal, but I just think that you look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I love this. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper. Good, good. So dress number 3, a gorgeous black one. Was that from Mango?
Nobody's Child.
Nobody's Child. So yes, you can get this in Marks and Spencer's. We will link it anyway. But very, very lovely. It's got the shoulders. One question that I get asked all the time is, over comments, people say, I live in Florida though. How can I achieve that look in Florida without all the layers? And the thing to say here is that you're looking for a one-piece item, a jumpsuit or a dress, which is doing all the work for you, so that you don't need to add on a blazer to give you the volume at the top. Yeah. So this dress is doing the work for you. You've got the puffy sleeves here, it's coming in lovely under your bust. For you, it's reproportioning your waist position. Because you're quite short-waisted here, your natural waistline is closer to your bust line here.
Yeah.
What this dress is doing, with the first seam being there, it is reproportioning you. So it's making your waist look longer than it actually is. Skimming over any areas there, and we've just kept this same gladiator sandal on down there and matched it with exactly the same bag. But I think that looks really sweet. So you feel very comfortable in that one?
I do actually. I feel very comfortable. It's very flowy. The sandals are really good, by the way.
Yes, really comfy.
Yeah, they're cushioned.
Yes,
actually, which for the price they were Amazon. Weren't
Amazon.
They? Yeah, really, really good find.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even this is interesting because I don't like my arms. I've always had to think about my arms.
Yes.
I think most women do actually.
Yes, yeah.
But actually, yes, it's a bare arm, but I don't notice it because I'm looking at the ruffles.
Same here.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, because if you look at my arms this way, I'm actually quite chunky on my arms there. But actually, exactly like you say, I feel like that chunkiness looks smaller.
Yeah, you forget about it.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah.
And it feels glam as well to have that ruffle, and it's very feminine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Or should we show them the back?
Yes.
Yes, if we turn around. There you go, and that's what it looks like from behind. So a lovely cutout there as well, so following the cutout trend. So another keeper?
Another keeper, yes.
Great.
It's costing me a lot of money, this.
So sticking with the comfy vibe for a moment, we've just gone for some navy chinos, a cream tight top, which I'm trying to get you used to, aren't I? Because I'm showing her how the tightness here is better than having the bulk of a baggier top. Where we can give her a little bit of coverage and a bit of safety.
That's it, safety's the word.
Safety here is just by leaving the shirt undone. So that didn't need to be a denim jacket, it could have been. But I think the fabric on a shirt is going to sit better over you.
Yeah.
So it'll flow nicely and it won't sit as a bulk.
Because that's the thing as well with denim jackets, it's quite stiff fabric.
Yeah,
and it can be quite boxy often.
Exactly. And if you're quite straight up and straight down from here, it's just going to add to that line. So it's going to create the box that you're on about.
Yeah, that's it.
Where a shirt, it drapes nicely, basically.
And it feels comfortable, I'll say.
Yeah, really nice. It's got the shoulder, so that's helping you as well. This particular one is from H&M. It keeps coming back into stock and out of stock. It's only a size medium that she's wearing. But we found some really nice other ones for you. So there'll be at least 3 or 4 on the board for you to choose from if that particular one is sold out. The trainers are just some Converse platforms. These navy trousers are from Mint Velvet. Good. So just put the smaller of the bags on and ready for anything, really. So next we're doing a smarter work look, aren't we?
And I already love it.
And you love it, which is great. But what I was just saying to her off camera is she could easily put just a slider on with that and then not the jacket but a jumper over your shoulders, something like that. So really dress it up and down. But this is beautiful. And the reason I personally like this is because with a skirt, I can play around with the height of your waist. So I can move that down, I can move it up, and I can find that sweet spot that looks long enough between your bust and where your natural waistline is.
That's just blown my mind because if I wear a skirt, I just put it kind of
on your waist.
Where it goes, yes. So the fact that you've now put it up a bit higher and, you know, manipulated it again, was just completely
so you do
me.
just look in the mirror and just keep pulling it up or down. So if we show them, like if it was where your natural waistline is more like that, isn't it? Is it about there? Is it higher? Or lower?
A bit lower maybe?
A bit lower. But there's not much of a gap here between her bust and her waistline. So that's what's going to make you look more square-like in this midsection and feel heavier. So if you start to pull it down just a little bit, doesn't need to be much, and then what you can do is just slightly pull the top over, and that's going to create more length. So now we had 2 fingers, now we've basically got a hand.
Yeah.
So that has created length and better proportions with the rest of your body. The jacket's great and it's doing all the work. It's coming in, it's kicking out. It's automatically got the ruche sleeves.
I do like that.
So you don't have to keep ruching up, which is brilliant. Shoes are from Marks and Spencer's, tying in beautiful with the bag there. You could have had the short bag on as well, but yeah, really, really nice.
I like this, it's great.
Yeah. Good. You. Think you're ready for your first meeting?
I am.
Okay, so we've got Antonia in her comfort zone of neutral colours, and I think it particularly with your hair tone, that darker neutral colour on the bottom looks really nice because you've sandwiched it together.
Yeah.
And I really like those tones. We've kept the shoes tonal so that it's going to elongate her petite frame. Just to point out, this isn't a petite skirt again, and you're only 5'1", so nothing that we bought for you is from the petite range.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all, and I rarely buy from the petite range for myself or for any of my clients. One thing I want to mention about this slip skirt, I've got a very, very similar coloured skirt to this, and I'd say you actually pull the slip skirt off with your figure better than I do. And the reason for that is I'm quite curvy. So on a slip skirt like that, you can really see my hips. And sometimes I don't mind that, it's quite shapely. But when you're feeling already a bit hippie, that sort of skirt is going to accentuate it. It does the opposite to you. Because you have got more straight up and straight down hips here, it's creating curves for you. So it's going in here at this bottom level, which is actually creating shape around your hips.
What you mean.
So it's adding volume without it being an obvious like cargo pants with pockets on type of thing.
Which I wouldn't wear.
Oh, well, you wouldn't wear it,
the brief.
And then, yes, we've got it with a slightly more wintry jumper today, but that's only because that's what was on the rail. But I think just like a nice V-neck or crew neck cashmere jumper for you, lighter weight one, lovely ones in lily silk actually. That would go lovely with that as well.
And a nice spring kind of.
Yeah, and you mentioned the word, you feel like relaxed glamour.
Yes, it's just, I feel really nice and quite glamorous without trying very hard. And I think you'd let me wear my trainers as well, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would definitely. Yeah, good point. Yes, that would look really, really nice with trainers, with maybe a bomber jacket over if you went for a tighter top on top and then a bomber jacket. That would look really nice, but a lot more pared down. So,
thanks for the tip.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, let's see what else we've got for her. Okay, so something completely different. And if I can tell you that I have got Antonia in a cropped top.
What?
When she thinks her stomach is her widest area. Well, I'll rephrase that. Her stomach, it is the widest area, isn't it? Rather than you think.
Yeah, and I'm very conscious of it.
Yeah, you're very conscious of it. And here she is in a cropped top. And I'm making that point because so many clients that I take shopping will instantly say, oh, I can't wear that because of my stomach. I can't wear this because of this. Usually the stomach area isn't what is stopping you wearing something. What's stopping you wearing it is the whole of the outfit doesn't balance your figure out. So you couldn't wear a crop top if you didn't have this shoulder width going on. Or if it was super tight and cropped, you couldn't. But it's a combination of the wider trousers. We've got the pockets on here. We've got the really nice drape. We've got the shoulders here, which is broadening you there. The combination of that and that distracts away from the tummy area. Okay, so that's making you look bigger here. So why not? We can go a little bit cropped. I even think it's actually nicer when we show a little bit of her skin there, because your stomach there is beautiful and flat. Really flat. Yeah.
So I think, but we're always so inclined to just cover up, aren't we? So it's an adjustment, but it works.
It works. So just saying, this would be lovely for Menorca for her. She's going back for her sister's just had a baby.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice for this weekend. And this outfit is from Zara, obviously 2-piece. It's coming up quite high on the waistband there, and then you could wear that lower if you wanted to, so it just looks like a jumpsuit. But I actually think showing a little bit of that waist there actually breaks the outfit up a little bit and actually makes her tummy look smaller, because you've got this bag over there,
and then that flash,
and then that flash there. I tell you what did help is putting the jewellery there, just to help split that area up. If that was a bolder pattern and you didn't put anything there, you could look quite broad. Yeah. So that is really, really nice.
And could I wear the trousers or in any other way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, white plain top would look really nice. A cream jumper would look really nice. I had on I think it was last week's video or the video before, I had a 2-piece like this on from Bowden, and I showed it with a white top, wearing the trousers and with a pair of jeans.
Okay.
So you could wear the top with a pair of jeans, for example. So
and would they be a wide
leg, yeah, to balance out. Yeah, as soon as you went skinny on the bottom with that top, then you're going to put yourself back into more of an apple shape look.
Right.
So you've always got to
follow the rules.
Always got to follow the rules. So that's it for today's video. Remember, I think that was episode 14 or 15. So if Antonia wasn't your shape, I've pretty much covered every shape, every body scale you could imagine. But if none of those shapes ring true to you, then obviously we do one-on-one personal styling. We do it internationally for people all over the world, as well as face-to-face. You can also book Hannah, remember? So Hannah does makeup over Zoom internationally as well. So if you could press that subscribe button, we would be really grateful, because bringing you this free content takes me away from, I suppose, the money generating part of my business. So in order to keep bringing it to you, then we do need you to press that subscribe button. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week.